Well, good morning everybody. So I'm going to take a walk through what is called the groin to the sea to have another water experience. I need to really keep going with them at the moment. So therapeutic in helping me to deal with what I'm dealing with. So give you a little bit of an update about my mum. So the home has been closed for about 3 weeks, 3 separate times due to someone having an infection, gut infection. And each time it's been closed, of course, that means that I've not been able to take my mum out anywhere, and I've not been able to visit her. And neither has anybody else. You can imagine how distressing that's been for her. Well, actually, you probably can't. You've probably got no idea, but just do your best, all right? You're stuck in a place which you don't want to be in, and most of the people around you are losing their faculties to the point that it's very hard to have any kind of interaction with them, and it's a difficult place to be in. Okay, that's enough of that. So really what I want to focus on this report is as follows. I managed to obtain evidence yesterday from the medical records people from the doctor's surgery that yes, the 28th of February is when my mum should have been taken off that horrible dirty drug called gabapentin, and it should have been done gradually. It would have taken less time than I was expecting. We were expecting a month. It would have been about 2 to 3 weeks if we'd done it exactly according to their instructions. And of course the GP did phone the home to instruct them to do this, and of course I did send them the email on the same day with all the instructions written down. So they had a phone call and they had an email on the day in question. And a couple of days later I went into the home and asked them if they'd started, and they hadn't. That didn't bode too well with hindsight, but then they said they would get on with it, and they did. So I was told. And I heard nothing more until I was in the home a couple of weeks ago, and one of the staff just happened to mention that she was still on that drug, and I thought, you've got to be kidding. So she's been poisoned for an extra 2 months, apart from the 6 months that were under doctor's supervision and guidance. An extra 2 months due to their utter incompetence. So tomorrow I'll be going in there, and I'll be doing my level best not to be going in there like the Avengers. I might want to, but of course that won't achieve anything. So I'm going to use this incalculable extra suffering which they've put her under. And I've done a lot more research, and I've discovered that if you have the gabapentin with morphine, it's actually much less aggressive and nasty. And I know someone personally who is on that cocktail, and he found it really hard going for quite a long time, but he can bear it now, just about. But he had the combination which is much more favourable than having it on its own without the morphine. So that meant extra suffering for her because of that fact. So it is about 10 days ago that they did contact me to tell me that they had finally stopped giving her this horrible drug. And I don't want to tell you about the side effects, they're just too nasty. Frankly, gabapentin, look it up yourself and just find out. You could even look at the official drug manufacturer's side effects that they promise you're going to get. Incredible. Anyway, I'll be going in there to use this appalling behaviour to exert leverage to see what we can do to radically improve the quality of their life. Now, one of the things that has been very frustrating for me for the last 8 months is, despite requesting it, they have refused to give her any of the supplements which I prepare for her. So the only way she ever gets supplements is when I go in and visit. And it's been made very clear to me that it's actually not helpful for me to visit every day, which is what I did do to start with, because that actually kind of broke up her ability to cope with being in the home, and it's better for me to not visit so much. So I've been in this totally horrible catch-22 situation of not being able to give her the supplements which will actually improve the quality of her life. And I do want to make this clear. My number one concern is not prolonging her life, it's improving the quality of her life. So they have been really intransigent on this. When I spoke about the CBD oil, they said they would get in touch with a quality assurance service and get back to me about it, and of course they never did. Yeah, they've got a really bad reputation with me at the moment, and I have lost a huge amount of my goodwill towards this organisation. I won't be naming any names at this point, because I want you to know is that this is without doubt one of the better care homes. She could be in a much worse place than this, but my job will be to extract every single measure I can out of them, including them giving her the supplements which will improve the quality of her life. So that's what I'm going to be going in there negotiating for, using the leverage I've obtained through all that she's been through, which is really too horrible to contemplate. So I'm almost at the place where I'm going to get into the water. You can see the sea through the gap just behind the palm tree there. So thank you very much for listening, and bye for now.